Good morning, everyone. Today is February 18th, 2025. It's currently 8:29 a.m. We have about 15 seconds before market open, and let's see what's going on the chart. So currently we have today's Tuesday as well. Yesterday I opened up the charts and was thinking I was about to record. Whoa, did you see that dip? Did y'all see that dip? I caught that dip for y'all right there. It just tagged down to 538.60. Okay. So yesterday I got on here, thought I was about to record a video, only to realize the market was not open. It was President's Day, so there was no trading yesterday. So right now we're currently looking at the charts, and let's go to the 1 hour chart and see if this is actually having a breakdown here. Currently we're still in the uptrend on the 1 hour chart. I would say that this is looking like it wants to come down. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. Got a nice, well, actually, the EMAs are not aligned on the 1 minute chart, so I would not take this trade. Okay, remember, when we're dealing with the EMAs, we want alignment, total alignment, because what happens is if you only have two of these EMAs under the 200, that 48 EMA can make this pop back up to the upside. So I'd rather wait and see, even though that looks so wonderful, you know, trying to get into that trade. But we are also at a support level right here, so you have to remember that as well. So, you know, don't make any split-second decisions because it's looking good in the moment, okay? That's what can get you into a lot of trouble trading. So the EMAs are not aligned on the 5 minute chart either. So my strategy here on this channel, hey, if it's not aligned, I don't trade it. I don't care how good it looks. I don't care how quickly it's moving. I'm not getting in, because if it's going to break down or go to the upside, eventually those EMAs are going to align and allow me to get in for a trade. But, you know, I don't want to do this in-between stuff and risk my money, and, you know, it doesn't work out for me. So let's go back to the 1 minute chart. It looks really good breaking down here. It does. But let's see how this looks in the next hour or so. Because remember, we're at market open, and we don't want to just make the split-second decision to trade because we see all these red candles. Okay, that's just momentarily. We got to look at what's really going on the chart to be able to assess which direction this may want to go. So I'm going to wait and see, you know, what the breakdown or break up will be. And then I'll come back on and share with you what my thoughts are. Because I know y'all don't like listening to me, you know, for long periods of time. You want me to get straight to the point because you're trying to figure out how to be a profitable trader. Isn't that right? I know it. I'm right there with you. I get it. So when I see something, I'll come back on and tell you all what's going on, all right? But right now, the EMAs are not aligning. All right, everyone, so something is going on here. I kind of missed, you know, getting into a trade, but we're back at a level of support right here. Well, I didn't really miss it because, you know, my strategy hasn't happened. I just finished doing my 20 minutes of weightlifting. I've already walked my 2 miles for the day. And, you know, I've taken care of my health. I now just need to make some money for the day. Come on, QQQ. What have you got for me today? Okay, so we're here on the 5 minute chart. As I stated, the EMAs have not properly aligned just yet. If we're going to trade to the downside, all EMAs must be below the 200 EMA, okay? If we're going to trade to the upside, all EMAs must be properly aligned. I think I forgot to say that, you know, for the downside. But all EMAs must be properly aligned to the upside to take a trade to the upside. I don't do this in-between stuff right here. It looks good breaking down, but it's not something that you can, you know, trade on a regular basis and keep your money safe, okay? But what I will tell you for sure is that we're at a point of support right here. Let's see if we can get a cross back up of the 5 and 13 over the 48 EMA. That will be a great trade to the upside. But until that happens, I will stay out of the market. I hope you all are trading well and making smart choices here. Now, I guess this should have been a given that, you know, it went up to a higher, you know, high than it has lately, and then it broke back down. But who knew that that was going to happen? Based on the technicals, we couldn't have known that. So I don't trade that kind of stuff. Let's go to the 1 minute chart. Now, back when I just, you know, clicked off, I did say that, hey, the technicals are trying to align on the 1 minute chart, and they did. So if you could have traded that right here, but I'm not someone who really tries to go off the 1 minute chart when placing a trade. I like to see things align on the 5 minute first and then try to take a trade on the 1 minute chart. So yeah, that's how I trade. You know, maybe I missed it, maybe I didn't, but it's okay. You know, we're kind of coming to a point of support right here, and we'll see what happens next. You know, I'm not trying to risk my money on, you know, things that just happen out of the blue. I want to get a true, you know, technical trade, you know, going on here and keep my money safe. All right. So if I see anything else happening, I will come back on and let you all know. All right. So I do see something on the 1 hour chart. I see the 5 and 13 EMA beginning to cross right here. I see the 5 and 13 beginning to cross right here on the 1 hour chart, which is a part of my strategy. So I'm going to go back to the 5 minute chart. Is everything aligned on the 5 minute chart? Everything is not aligned on the 5 minute chart, so I can't jump into this trade just yet. I need everything to align. I need all EMAs to be under the 200 EMA before I jump into this trade. Yes, it did drop, you know, $2, but I like for the EMAs to align before I take my trade. I have to stick to my strategy. That has kept me safe, and I'm sticking to it. So let's see what becomes of this 5 and 13 cross on the 1 hour chart. When I see something, I'll say something. All right. So I'm still sitting here on this 1 hour chart, and I see where that kickback has happened from the 5 and 13 crossover, which is usually what happens. And from what I've studied, once you see that 5 and 13 crossover, you usually get a jump back to the opposite direction of where, you know, price is currently going. So let's go back to the 5 minute chart. Things are still not aligned, of course. So that was, you know, a given that it was probably going to kick back up because the 48 is still sitting above the 200. So yeah, so we'll see what happens next. All right, so will this 5 and 13 cross to the downside hold? Only time will tell. Let's go to the 5 minute chart. What's currently going on is the 48 is still above that 200. Nothing is going on here that is of any interest to me. So I'll come back on later. All right, so we kind of have something happening here. Now the 48 EMA did come down below the 200 EMA finally. It was consolidating here, and you know, everything's trying to break down. So let's go to the 1 hour chart and see what's going on here. I did jump into a one contract for $54. I'm currently down $5 right now. So let's see if this can create a continuation for me and continue to drop down below this support level right here. My children are being so loud. Okay, so like I said, I got into one contract. I'm trying to show you what's going on here. So hopefully this will sustain itself going to the, you know, downside. I did jump into one contract. It did break below support. So I don't know if it's going to keep going. I'm just, you know, going with what I see. Okay, so we got that 513 cross down right here. It did come down into this zone, this previous zone right here. So I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but I'm just going with the technicals from the crosses that I normally see happen, that I've seen happen in the past. So everything's aligned up here. All the EMAs are aligned, but the thing is we're sitting like really close to, you know, the support level right here. So I don't know, it could go either way really. All right, so let me just apologize off the start. My children are in the background. You know, it's 1:12 p.m. and it's taking, you know, a trade forever to happen today. So they're in the background making a lot of noise. So you may hear them, just a heads up. Hopefully they don't do anything crazy and start screaming. But they are 3 and 5 years old, so I mean, it's to be expected. But anyhow, I just wanted to make sure that I recorded some of this to where you could see what was going on here, if it does happen to break down, and understand my reasoning as to why I got into the trade. And there's the noise I was talking about. 1 second, please. All right, so here's some more continuation. Hopefully it'll continue to break down. I mean, like I said, I'm not sure if it will or if it won't, but hey, I'm here for it. I'm currently down $4. I only got into this trade because everything, all the EMAs aligned. You know, it's crossing down on the 1 hour chart. Got that 513 cross to the downside, even though the EMAs are still aligned to the upside really. So yeah, the EMAs are still, you know, even though we got this cross, it's still sitting above the 48 and the 200. So there's not really a breakdown, you know, that I can really count on. I'm just going off of, you know, the technicals aligning on the 5-minute chart. So it'd be crazy if this shoots all the way back up after breaking down like this all day long. But it did come down into this previous area right here. So, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm in the trade. So my kids just keep coming in and out. It's like they never come in here until they hear me talking. And most of the time when I'm talking, I'm trying to record something, right? So I'm just going to sit and let this play out right here as I'm recording until they come back in making lots of noises. So let's drop down to the 1-minute chart and see what we have going on here. All right, let's see if this momentum can continue to the downside. That would be pretty great if it does. Maybe I can make a little bit of money before the day is over with, or not lose any money. That would be nice, you know. But let's see if this can sustain this breakdown right here. I mean, the 1-hour chart, it is coming down. I have a 5 and 13 cross, and in the past, the 5 and 13 cross has really served me well, trading that particular thing, waiting for it to cross, and then it always does a pullback, and then it starts breaking down again. I probably should have been in earlier, but I just got back on these charts. So this did come down up here. I should have been in up here, but I just clicked back on the charts, and I could have wrote this down right here. So I did kind of miss my trade. So I'm trying to see if it can continue on, you know, going in the downward direction. But if it doesn't, of course, I'm ready to cut this trade. If, you know, I get any, you know, evidence that it's gonna, you know, continue back up to the upside. But it is 1:16, so we still have about, you know, not 2 hours, but, you know, more closer to 2 hours than 1 hour left in the market. So hopefully this will play out the way that I'm expecting it to. So not making any promises. Like I said, I don't know what the market's gonna do. I just react to what it does and hope for the best, really. So let's see what this can do for me here. It's having a little bit of trouble breaking down past this 536 area, I will say that. So we'll see. All right, if it continues breaking down or it shoots back up to where I need to exit, I will come back on and record some more. But hold on one second. I think the one thing I'm always trying to prove to myself is that I actually know what direction the market is going in. So that's why I sit here and I record and I say things before they actually happen, because I really want to know that I'm doing things as I'm seeing them properly. I'm telling you, my kids come back in here every single time. It's kind of crazy. This is what happens when you try to trade with children present. You know, you're focused on them and you're focused on trying to make the right decision on the chart. So still waiting. Yeah, so I just want to know that I'm in the trade in the right direction, because the more that I'm able to get comfortable with that, I believe the more I'm going to be able to bring in even more money. So I don't want to trade the wrong direction. I want to get in where I fit in. I want to know that, you know, I'm really understanding the breakdown or the break up. I want to really know that I'm not making wrong decisions when I'm on the chart, so that, you know, I have a better opportunity to actually make money. So that's why I'm kind of picky about where I'm getting in it. And, you know, I'm very picky about not getting into FOMO trades. I'm very picky about the EMAs aligning properly, so that I don't make the wrong choices when it comes to, like, if I, you know, in the future I'm making 20 contract trades, I want to already know, hey, I'm in this in the right direction. I don't want to get caught in the in-between. I don't want to get caught, you know, getting into a put when I should have been getting into a call. I don't want to be caught getting into calls when I should really be getting into puts. So it's so important for me, you know, resist the FOMO, resist the urge to just get in when you see huge red candles or huge green candles, when the things are not, when the EMAs are not aligning, and, you know, we're hitting that support and resistance levels. So I think that's so important in your journey of learning to trade. You've got to know the right times to get in and the wrong times, you know, to get in as well, because that'll save you a headache in the long run. All right, so something's kind of trying to happen. So I'm hoping something will happen. I'm seeing a breakdown. I'm hoping that, you know, it'll continue on. Let me make a little bit of money off this contract, you know. Hey, look at that. I'm up $2. All right, I'm up $2. Will I be able to sustain this profit? Is what I want to see. And it's not so much about the money that I'm going to make. It's always about, did I get in the trade in the right direction? That's what it's really about for me. Sorry for my kids yelling in the background. They're children. They're having fun. It might sound annoying, and I apologize. But this is information this is vital information that I have to record. Okay, so that little level right there, it did, you know, hit on it exactly right here. It got a little ping back up to the upside and pushed back off. So let's see. Let's see what happens here. If it can break past that point, I'm guessing, you know, maybe it could. But then again, here's another level over here. Another level. So that could be a problem. You know, that's where the problem may lie. Just never know what's gonna happen, really. Just really never know. If it can break down past this area, then I would say, okay, I'll make something. I'll make a couple of dollars, but you know, nothing is promised here. Let's see the 1 minute chart. Okay, everything's aligned properly on the 1 minute chart, but here we got this double bottom right here. So, I mean, anything could really happen right now. It broke down from this area. It's trying to retest and push back up, so we'll see where this goes in a little bit. Be back on in a bit. All right, it's looking like this found another level of support down there where I was just saying it could possibly, you know, have some trouble breaking down it. So I think I'm gonna have to exit this trade. Once again, I'm down $20. Yay me. Yay me. Down $20 again. So definitely didn't see that coming, but might have to go ahead and sell out of this trade. Let's see. All right, so there was a little boost up. I was ready to sell it at $20 down, but it's kind of, I don't know what it's gonna do. I mean, the pattern on the 1 hour chart looks nice. You know, we have everything sitting under the 5 EMA, so that kind of gives me a little hope, but not much. Definitely did have a bounce back up here, so I don't know, maybe tomorrow it'll be down here at this level. Alright, so I'm trying to hang in here with this trade to see if it's actually going to come back down, but I don't know if it actually is. But I'm either losing $20 or I'm making a lot of, you know, making $150. That seems to be the norm for me. So, you know, I'm not tripping on, you know, being down $20. So, let's see if this can make a turnaround. If not, then I'm going to go ahead and exit this trade as I see fit, because it just didn't break it down. Of course it didn't break it down like I thought it was. The 5 and 13 are sitting above the 48 on the 1 hour chart. Of course it's not going to break down like I thought it would. I think today was probably a day not to trade, but of course, you know, sometimes you get in the mode of trying to make something out of nothing, right? And I feel like I'm seeing this move like every single week where it'll just dwindle where support levels are, and I need to get in the habit of just staying out of those particular, you know, trades, because they don't seem to be benefiting me at all, to be honest with you. I don't know. Let's see. Something happening right here. Is it gonna break down? Let's see. Y'all gonna give me something today and not take my money? I don't know. The 5 and 13 didn't cross back up on the 5-minute chart, so we'll see. Trading, it can be really, really boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. Trading can be so boring. You're sitting here, you're waiting all these hours for something to happen, for your strategy to happen, and with every 5-minute candle, it's like, come on. What are you gonna do? Come on, what's gonna happen? What's next? Oh yeah. It's kind of a boring day today. And I did go and back test this move right here. You know, we're at an all-time high, I guess, and it did break down. But most of the time where I've seen this breakdown and this crossover, what normally happens is it comes down and then it shoots all the way back up. So I would have gotten into a put, and I guarantee you it would have shot all the way the opposite direction. Do you all feel like that happens to you out there? You'll just say, what the heck, I'm getting in, you know. And as soon as you get in, it starts going the opposite direction. But if you stay out of the trade, it continues on in the direction, you know, that you see it going. I don't know what it is. It just seems like it always seems to do that. Okay, let's see. 1-minute chart. Back down $20 again. Still under the 5 EMA on the 1-hour chart. I don't know how people trade on the 1-hour, 4-hour charts. I just find it difficult to sit there all that time trying to figure out if it's going to continue in the direction that it looks like it's going, because it breaks down so slowly. It just breaks down so slow. And then on top of that, you know, I also find too that when I just, you know, get out the trade, well, as soon as I get out, then it wants to continue on in the direction that I chose it to go. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. Alright, so I'll come back on and let you know if I sold or not. This is just taking forever. I don't want to run the video up because I know y'all don't like sitting here all this time, me trying to talk and come up with something to say, because the market is just moving so slow. So I'll come back on. Alright, so I did get out of that trade. I did lose, how much money did I lose? I lost, let's see, $27. That sucks. Anyway, out $27, but I followed my exit strategy and just went ahead and got out. So that was good because it's starting to shoot back up. So that didn't sustain, and of course it didn't sustain because I forgot that, you know, we're sitting above the 48 EMA on the 1-hour chart. Of course it probably isn't going to break down. So, you know, I gave it a try. It didn't work out so good. So, hey, another day, another loss, but a minimal loss. You know, I didn't lose $100, $200, so I'll take it. You know, I felt like I better only take one, you know, contract trade because it just seemed like it wasn't, you know, going to work in my favor in the first place. But definitely don't try to trade to the downside if we're in a complete uptrend. That's what I teach here on my channel, and sometimes I only follow my own rules, but it is what it is. So So I'm back right quick, everyone. It's 3:56 p.m. Central Time, Tuesday, February 18th. I just had to come back on and go over what happened after I went ahead and got out of the trade right here. So I got in for one contract for a put for $54. I wound up selling for $27 for a 50% loss, basically. So I lost $27. But, you know, I don't feel bad about that because I still followed my strategy. I waited for the EMAs to align to the downside, which I got in right here and wrote this down. But I missed my trade because I wasn't even in here on the computer. So by the time I got in, you know, I should have gotten in right here where this cross happened at. But I eventually wound up getting in somewhere over here. But anyhow, I followed my strategy. I entered properly and I also exited properly. I went ahead and got out when I saw it shooting up right here and the EMA's crossing back up to the upside. So that is my entrance and exit strategy. I'm happy that I got out because look what happened right here. That would have taken all of my money. So I'm glad I know how to read when to get in, when to get out. So that is not my big issue. Sometimes it just doesn't work out even if I do follow my strategy. So I just wanted to come back on and show you all that. It's so important to be able to read the charts, you know, whether you profit or not. So that's what happened today. And even though I lost some money, I still made great moves and followed my strategy. So I'll see you all next time.